All right, I need my card because I can't remember this, Jen.
It's a hard one, actually.
I'm Farrell.
I'm Jenny.
And we are in West Valley City at the Utah Cultural Celebration Center.
Day of the Dead.
We are here for the Day of the Dead, yes.
Right.
I don't know anything about Day of the Dead.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit as far as like spirit coming to visit family or whatnot, but I am actually very interested to find out more. So
let's walk around and talk to some people, and maybe Jen will learn something.
Whatever, Farrell. Whatever.
That's like...
Alrighty, can I get your name?
Susan Klinker.
And Susan, can you tell me what is happening here today?
We are having our Dia de los Muertos celebration at the Utah Cultural Celebration Center.
And that means, is that Day of the Dead?
It's Day of the Dead. It's a holiday that's celebrated in Mexico and throughout the Latino world.
Your name is?
I'm Michael Christiansen.
And what are you doing here, Michael?
We are celebrating Dia de los Muertos, which is a very important and large and fast-growing, becoming popular Mexican holiday, although it's celebrated in many other countries as well. And we've been having a celebration here, and the altars that you see and also the art installations every year since 2004, helped facilitated by a lot of community groups and community members, artists, arts organizations, and some other nonprofits who help us put this together year after year.
Tell me your name.
Hi, I'm Scott Porter with San Diablo Artisan Churros.
So what is it that you're doing here, because it smells fantastic?
Well, thank you so much. We make our churros fresh from scratch, and then we fry them on demand, and then we inject them with your choice of happiness. We've got...
Oh my...
Yeah, we've got dulce de leche, Nutella, sweet cream, and then today our specialty seasonal flavors, we always do those, are pumpkin cheesecake, caramel apple, and cream cheese.
So it's their Halloween.
No, it's not. Actually.
It's not?
No, it's a wonderful tradition that has to do with those who have passed on. So it's honoring and celebrating our departed loved ones. So it's not ghoulish, it's not scary, it's a wonderful opportunity to remember and celebrate the loved ones who are no longer with us.
Can you tell us a little bit about the altars? I mean, they're beautiful. What is the significance, and what are we looking at when we look at one of these altars?
Well, the first thing I like to say is that, the Day of the Dead is not Halloween, and so there's a lot of special symbolism and significance that goes along with the holiday. A lot of that is found on the ofrendas, the altars, the offerings. The idea is that we're looking at thinking back to our family and friends, those who have gone before us, and the idea is that the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest during the Day of the Dead, November 1st and 2nd. And so these elaborate altars are constructed with certain items to entice the dead to come back and spend some time with the living.
Wow, and how long have you guys been around? I've never heard of you, and so I'm so excited I can't even stand myself.
For a year, we're at the new gourmet grocery store called Honeybee in Draper, 123rd South and 13th East. We're there Monday, Friday, Saturday. We're also at a new ice cream place every Wednesday called Howdy SLC.
I think I've heard that we, as part of the Latino tradition, that you invite them to come and visit, like at your house or at your table, and you set a place
like
for
the
them.
spirits of your loved ones.
Right.
Absolutely. The belief is that on the Day of the Dead, which there's two, November 1st and November 2nd, I think the first day is for children who've departed, and the second day is for adults. And the belief is that the veil between the spirit world and the living world is thinner on those days, and the spirits are actually there present with you in the celebration, and you can feel their presence a lot more closely.
That actually speaks to me quite wonderfully. I do paranormal investigations, so to actually know that you have family members there with you is really kind of important and very sweet and wonderful.
And so you'll see things like candles on the altar that help bring the spirits back. You see other traditional flowers like the papel picado, which represents the movement in the wind. The cempasúchil flowers or the marigolds representing the earth. And so there are a lot of and the other would be water, of course, because after a long journey, you're going to be thirsty and you're going to want to, have to freshen up a little bit. And so
So you kind of incorporate the elements in these types of things. So the air, the fire, the water, that kind of thing.
Precisely.
Oh my gosh!
Do you guys see what's happening here? Jen
I
is
want the
turning this
pumpkin
gig into her
cheesecake.
own free buffet. Is what's happening right now.
Shut up, Farrell.
We make our pumpkin cheesecake fresh from scratch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
We make our pumpkin cheesecake fresh from scratch, and then we bake it, and then we blend it so that it goes inside your churro. There you go.
Oh my God! So this is the
On top?
yes.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want chocolate on top? My
Here's a
God.
little Nutella.
Okay, so this is the pumpkin cheesecake with Nutella.
Nutella.
Okay, I'm ready. Oh my gosh. That was so good.
Hey, don't talk with your mouth full.
No,
That's
just
rude.
get back. You're shut up. You can't have any. I'm glad that we're here. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people here today. It's a wonderful celebration. Music, dance, foods from Mexico. We have arts vendors, craft activities, the traditional paper flower making of the holiday, and an incredible altar exhibit in our gallery. There's got to be more than a dozen altars back there, all that were created by community members and groups.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for talking with us. I know you're busy, but I really appreciate you talking.
Hey, thank you.
So is this something that one family did, or is this that's recognizing a community? What is this one specifically? Do you know?
This was done by the Mexican consulate, and they're Claudia Benitez, and she did some. Put together the altar in honor of a very popular political cartoonist in Mexico who recently passed away. And so this altar is paying respects to him. And then, of course, I mean, you can see his figure over here with the typewriter and with his ink pen, representing the deceased. And all of the things that would be put on the altar traditionally to get him to come back to spend time. So it's a way of honoring his legacy as a great political cartoonist. I want to say his name was Eduardo Garcia, but I would have to look at this card and.
Do you know what? That's what it says. It's Eduardo Garcia. He can't have any.
Can't have one. No, we do have a secret
You know what?
menu.
She's making a fat joke.
You have a secret menu?
You know about this?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a secret, but
I won't. We'll keep it between us.
okay. Yeah, just don't tell Farrell.
We have 2 levels of spice because we are San Diablo. So we have a Diablo style, which is spicy cinnamon sugar on the outside with a little bit of cayenne. And then we have an Inferno style, which is habanero cinnamon sugar, rips your lips off. Made a grown man cry the other week. It was awesome.
Farrell, he's talking about you. Made you cry like a baby.
And wait
Okay,
for it. We
I'm
also
waiting.
have Oaxacan style, which is crickets. So we have cricket powder with the cinnamon sugar, and we have whole roasted crickets on top.
Do we want to start from this end or your end? Go ahead. All right. Get everybody's name. What's your name?
Dan.
Lara.
Natalia.
Dawson. Grayson.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, he's not.
Rulon.
And what is it that I mean, the Day of the Dead, of course, but what is it about Day of Dead that you guys enjoy so much?
Well, really, this is our first year coming and celebrating, and we're doing it to honor our daughter and her heritage. And so it happened to fall around Halloween, and so we decided to get the costumes for everybody and to go all out.
So these are things that he would like, or things that maybe he like the fruit, and I see something that he did as a writer. So these are things that are just basically supposed to kind of pay homage to them and give them an opportunity to come back and say, yes, these are some of my favorite things.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got the water, and you've got his favorite fruits, and there's salt for purification, and then you've got, you'll see these skeletons dressed up in everyday activities. They're not meant to be scary or macabre or sinister in any way, but rather very, very joyous, doing everyday activities from playing basketball to hiking to skateboarding to, in this case, creating political cartoons.
Do you have them with you now?
Nobody
he
eats
wants one.
No,
Yes, he does.
No,
he wants
no,
one.
thank
Can you make one for him, please?
The question I have for you is, what appeals to people about this food that's so hot you can't eat it?
The spice? Oh, people love the spice. They go crazy over it. Yeah, especially
can
with
eat it.
with the sugar and the spice blends really well together. With chocolate, with the Nutella, with sweet cream even. It's awesome.
With crickets.
With
Dude,
crickets, of
people
course.
can eat it, they just regret it later. That's all. Because it tastes
I-
really
I don't
yummy at
know.
the time.
Burn on your lips too. A lot of people like that. So.
What's going on?
He really wants a cricket one.
Oh,
Yeah.
can no, I don't.
Yes,
no,
they're crickets
look
right
at,
here,
look
yes.
at, look at. No, I'm not going to eat it. You're wasting your time.
Come on.
You're wasting
We're
your time. I'm
having
telling
some
you.
cultural
I'm not going to eat it.
experiences here.
There's absolutely not. What I noticed about it is because I asked somebody earlier, oh, it's Halloween from Mexico. They're like, no, that's not what it is at all. So, and that's their faces are painted up and everybody's colorful and it's not scary or anything like that. So it's really cool. You can bring anybody.
You can. It's one of the Day of the Dead is one of the activities that she engaged with her birth family, and so it was one of the few things that she remembered from being really young, and so it was cool for us to be able to really kind of honor that as a family and to honor her heritage.
It's not, like you said, it's not dark. It's not scary. There's not blood. There's not gore. Everything is colorful and bright and like
It's quite
celebratory,
beautiful.
right?
Yeah, everything is quite celebratory, and that's the idea. Is that if you're going to spend time with somebody who's deceased, you want them to come back. You want to spend time with them. You want to reflect. You want to have a good time. You know, there may be some somber elements to it, but it's like I said, it is not Halloween, and it's not scary or spooky or sinister in any way. But it's very happy and celebratory, and a great way to reflect upon our lives as we're living them now, as related to our families and friends who have gone before us, and recognizing that the cycle of life is something that we will all go through, and it's not to be feared. It's simply what is.
To be celebrated. That's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Precisely.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. We do appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. It's my pleasure. Appreciate you guys coming.
Why? What?
It's
what?
cricket. What am I, a
What?
lizard?
Does anybody know what crickets taste like? What do they taste like?
From now on, I just get my dinner at the pet store.
So we work with Chapul. They're a local company here. Cricket protein powder, cricket protein.
There's no way I'm eating
snacks
that.
and bars and stuff. You got it. I did
There's
a
no way.
scorpion just recently. You got this.
You have to. I double dog dare him, and
How come Jen
he's
gets
wussing
like
out.
Jen like gets like the happy, delicious Nutella chocolate, and I get the
It's because
The-
I asked first.
bug thing.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's pretty cool that your whole family wants to be involved in this for you?
Yeah, it does.
You look really wonderful. The entire family. Where did you guys get your outfits?
Amazon.
Really, Amazon.
Everything on
Amazon's the key,
Amazon, everything.
Absolutely.
We
But
pretty
who
much
did
got
the
it all
makeup?
on Amazon.
Are they stickers?
They're
Are they painted?
tattoos.
They're tattoos.
Oh, that you know what? Oh, not a real tattoo though.
No.
Like, man, you guys are hating that. You went and got tattooed up. And
But I made the flowers.
You made the
So,
flowers.
yeah.
So, hi, what is your name?
My name is Xochiaca Lopez.
That's a beautiful name. So, is that, I understand that you have ties to the Aztec culture. Is that correct?
Yeah, my name is Xochiaca, which means flower and spear, and it's my ceremonial name, which means, if you were to translate it, it would be the one who creates with discipline and with purpose.
Tell you what, we'll cover it. We have some really rich dulce de leche caramel.
well, if you're gonna cover it, what's the point of eating it?
Because it's a cultural thing that
Oh no, I cannot do that. I can't.
he's going to wuss out. Come on, do it. Does anybody have where's a garbage can in Casey Ralph's?
Just don't think about
No,
it.
I can't. I can't
You're not
even
going to
look
do
at
it?
it.
Do it. He's going to do
Don't think
it.
about
Ready?
it.
Just
It's
bite
just
it.
the first bite.
Just bite it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do it. Don't think about it. Go. Swallow it. Do it.
What is wrong with you? Look at that. It's a bug.
Dude, I'll eat a bug. If you
Okay,
eat
can
that.
I get rid of
Here,
two of
give
them
me
and
the
I'll
bug.
eat one?
You
Give
maybe
me
need
the
all
bug.
of them.
Give me one of the bugs.
Well,
I'll
go
eat
ahead.
a bug. How do you guys feel about being here?
It's awesome. I like this place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. With all the sugar schools and stuff.
That's my favorite part is like all the beautiful costumes and all the beautiful paint and all the cool things. And
I've said it before, but like when you think of like the dead or stuff like that, you think it's all scary and dark and,
And
black.
somber,
but
yeah.
It's colorful. Yeah.
It's a way to honor people.
yeah, it's a
so.
beautiful tradition. The altar that you guys made over here is this flat altar. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and where the idea comes from and what it represents?
Yeah, that piece I decided to call it Teotihuacan, which means the place where men create themselves. And I just wanted to make a piece where original things are shown that turned later on into the Day of the Dead, like the cross, altar, and all of that. It's actually an original thing that has been done forever, except it's mixed with Christian ways.
Okay. I'll eat a bug.
There we go.
You have to bite that whole thing, though. Ready?
Don't think about it.
What
Here
it
we
was.
go. One,
Ready? I'm doing it. If you don't do it, I'm
three.
going to be in
Here
trouble.
we
Go ahead.
Go.
We have trust
I'm
issues.
doing it.
There we go. Yeah.
Woo! I just ate a cricket for cultural sensitivity. Oh. No, actually,
Man, that's really good.
swallow it. Swallow it. All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. It was
Yeah.
awesome to meet
It
you.
was so great
Thanks
to meet
for
you
the
too. I
bugs.
appreciate it.
That's so cool. Don't spit it out. Swallow it. You were saying earlier there's so much color and so much wonderful paint and it's almost like a magic. It's very, very cool. So that's so cool that you are here today, and I'm glad that they were able to come out and celebrate you and your culture. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. I appreciate it.
You guys are
Have a
awesome. You
good
look
one.
fantastic.
People ask why we adopted a lot of Christian things. It's because we had similar things, so it was easier for it to be accepted. And that's the reason why the Day of the Dead survived. It was actually a 40-day celebration. It was called Mikailwit and then Way Mikailwit. And but I just wanted to present this community with the original things that turned into what we know now as an altar.
Swallow it.
Okay, I will.
Liar. He's
Wow, that was
lying.
really
He's going to
good.
spit it out.
Man.
It was kind of crunchy. It tasted like, it actually kind of tasted, he's going to throw up. That's hilarious. It kind of tasted like a seed of some kind. It's seedy. It has more of like a seed taste than a bug taste, so that's pretty awesome.
Man.
Them
Bugs are pretty good. I ate a bug.
He had to walk off set so that he could go and throw it in the garbage and
Not
puke.
true. I ate that whole thing. It was good.
You're a liar. Can I ask your name, please?
Graciela.
Graciela. And you are doing the traditional sugar skulls here.
Ones that you can find on the markets in Mexico.
So can you explain that to me a little bit? Like, where did the sugar skull tradition come from? The paint, the makeup, the skeleton. How did that all come together?
Okay, it's a tradition that has been around for 3,000 years ago from the Aztecs. And now we use it to celebrate our ancestors or our loved ones that have passed. So we use them to put them on the altar with their name on it, so we can celebrate their lives and we can remember them.
That altar is like completely different from the other ones we saw in there. It seems like it's, I don't know how to say it without, but it seems a lot simpler. It's not as busy.
Yeah.
There's not a lot happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's flat, close to earth, and then it's very simple. Why? Because then it turned into a 5-step altar. All of that has a meaning. Like the dots on it, it's 9, which is the 9 days that people pray, but it's actually an upside-down pyramid.
Alrighty, can I get your name?
My name's Andrew Wallentine.
Andrew, what is it that what role are you playing down here today?
So I'm the division manager over the Division of Arts and Culture for West Valley City. And that's basically the Utah Cultural Celebration Center and everything that happens here.
I have a dumb question, because most of my questions are dumb. They're called sugar skulls. Can you are they candy? Do you eat them? What's...
Well, traditionally in Mexico, the kids eat them after they set up the ofrenda. Around the 3rd of November, they eat the sugar skull. But here in the States, I recommend not to eat them because they have non-food items, like the sequins in the eyes and the foil on the forehead.
Yeah, probably not a good thing then.
Probably, but it's only sugar. You can eat it if you don't eat those things, but I recommend not to eat them because I don't want anybody to choke on them.
Well, you ought to recommend everybody eat them. It'll drum you more business. They'll keep coming back for more.
I know. Well, you can eat the chocolate ones. We have chocolate ones.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. All right.
Thank you.
What do you do when this is over? What do you do with it when it's over?
Actually, I did this to put it at my home, at my own My at home I have an altar as well. And now this year I wanted to change it, and I made this piece. I wanted to show it to the public, and before I put it in my home, I just want to make sure that before I have it at home, the community saw it, But I also teach like the native way, the original native way, and that's why I made this piece as well. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that piece at home, and still keep it alive with this vibe, with this purpose.
What other kind of events happen here?
Yeah, so the Day of the Dead is one of our largest events that we do, but we have a lot of other events. For example, in August, we do the Wasatch International Food Festival out on our festival grounds.
Oh, food.
Yes.
I'm all about that.
Oh, me too. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we do the Wasatch International Food Festival. We have our art gallery where we have all different types of events that come in, everything from a sculpture exhibit. Here shortly we'll have the Bob Hope American Tradition exhibit coming in with a lot of the memorabilia from Bob Hope's life. Everything from golf clubs to outfits that he wore when he did his shows with the troops on the road, and all sorts of things like that.
Hi, ladies. Tell me your name.
I'm Madison.
I'm Lucy.
We heard that you came all the way from Rexburg, Idaho, to participate. What is going on? Tell me about that.
We're writing an article for a school paper or for our class.
On the Day of the Dead or?
On the celebration here.
They're doing research, is what they're doing.
Doing
correct?
research.
Yes.
We didn't used to believe that after we died, we used to go to heaven. That was afterwards. Our belief is that you're here in a moment. You're here as a composition of time and materialism, and then after that, then you just become dust. Or if you want, if you're loved by somebody, then you become a memory in somebody. That's where you're alive. And if you wonder why people put pictures of their loved ones in their altars and so on, it's basically to remember them. So in a way, yeah, the spirit's there, but it's the sadness that you feel. That's where they are in the good memories that you have of them. That's where they are, according to our way of thinking.
I'm actually a little ashamed of myself because I didn't even know that this existed. So, is there a website or something where people can get on and actually see what the events are and how to participate?
Yeah, so we do have our culturalcenter.org. Also through West Valley City, since we are a division of West Valley City, you can find the information through the city's website as well.
So what have you learned so far?
Oh my gosh, so much. It's like different culture. I love it.
We're actually talking to a gentleman who's Aztec, and he was telling us about the tradition and what some of the altars mean. So have you taken a look at any of the altars in there?
Yes. Yeah.
Even right now, it's fall. Even that's why I don't know if you notice right now that it's not that things are dying right now. It's just that everything's changing, letting go, and that's where this tradition comes from
So
being
it's
one with everything else that surrounds you.
So it's allowing change to happen for growth. Is that
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's as simple as that.
cool? I just got the chills.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of this. The chills, it means you growing, because you stop being yourself now. Now you understand something, so that's change.
Wow, I just had a moment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing all that with us. That was fantastic.
Thank you guys for your time, and
Thank
I appreciate
you.
you guys being here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We also rent out the facility. People do quinceañeras and weddings here, birthday parties, lots of conferences and seminars. So we pretty much run the full gamut. And yeah, people just don't know that we're here. So that's the one thing that we're really trying to push right now, is letting people know that we're here and we have wonderful things that they can do.
It's cool how we're talking to other people and they are just all about celebration of life is pretty much
That's what I like about it. It's not dark and dreary. It's a good time.
Before you guys came down here, did you know that that's what this day was about, or this celebration? Did you have an idea of what you were going to be researching?
Kind of. I mean, I learned about it in high school, but I never really got into it that much.
Artie, can I get your name?
Colton Mitchell.
And can you tell me a little bit about the altar here that you have made?
As a part of the folklore class of Salt Lake Community College, we decided to focus on the communitas, or the sense of community afterwards, and honor those who lost their lives in the shooting and who were injured.
This was the Vegas.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is a great building too. It's nice.
Yes. And along with that, we recently finished our basement, added a lot of rooms, conference spaces down there. It's a beautiful area.
All right, very good. Well, hey, thank you so much for having us and letting us walk around and check this out. It's really cool.
Yeah, thanks for being here and enjoy.
What class are you doing it for, if I can ask?
Writing for communications.
So just a writing class. So is this the first kind of cultural thing that you guys have done, or do you do other things in your writing classes?
Yeah, this is like the first one outside of class, pretty much.
You know, it speaks volumes about Rexburg, Idaho. There is nothing to do there, right?
Shut up. He's from Idaho. He's from Idaho, so he thinks he can speak to that. But he just really
I live in
doesn't
Idaho,
know.
so I can talk bad about it. I don't
He's
care.
from Burley. That's worse, right?
There's nothing to do in Burley. Absolutely nothing. Are you related to anybody that was there, or is this just something that like struck you and made you think? And
It primarily struck us. However, one student in the class was related to someone who was injured, however, not killed.
That's still pretty amazing. So just looking at all this, so was it just you? How many people participated in making this happen?
It was our whole folklore class. It was around 20 people or so.
well, we'll start over here because she's the most excited one to talk to me. Alrighty, can I get your name?
My name's Chelsea.
Chelsea, what is it that you're doing?
I'm making a little skull.
A sugar skull? Is that actual sugar? Because it looks like blue styrofoam.
Yeah, it's sugar. It is.
Oh, I thought maybe she was cheating and making out of styrofoam. And what's your name?
My name's Chris.
Sugar skull as well. Is Chris as excited about talking to me as you are?
Basically, yeah.
I'm from Declo, so.
Oh, is she from Declo? See, that's just down the road. That's just down the road from Albion.
Oh, we were at Albion. That was a pretty cool place. Well,
Declo.
I don't even know what you people are talking about right now.
Declo, Idaho.
Okay, I get it. It's
Sorry,
Idaho.
we're sidetracked here. I'm
Anyway, it's so awesome that you guys took the time and are making the trip to come down and be a participant in the celebration. So that's really cool. I admire you for doing that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And tell everybody in Declo I said hi.
Yeah, like that one person will know you. That one. What are the signatures here? Is that all the people that did participate in making this?
Yes, and around the outside we have the those who lost their lives.
Well, that's really actually fantastic. I like the poker chips. I like that you're representing Vegas, but it's very, it's almost an emotional thing to look at all the people who lost their lives and to think of all the people who were injured, but that you and your class had enough respect to actually pay homage to them in this way. So I just want to say thank you for that.
It was our pleasure, and we want to remember them and keep their memories alive.
It's
Really
quite
cool.
beautiful.
Really cool, man. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So somebody's like, talk to Chris, and Chris doesn't want to talk.
I'm concentrating.
Are you eat more fiber. All right. Well, and your name is?
Sierra.
Sierra. And how did you get roped into talking to me and making sugar skulls?
It was her fault.
It was her fault. It was your fault. So, you're the grandmother?
My daughter and my 3 grandkids, yes.
I have never met a grandmother that's 25 years old. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You're
welcome. This is something that I just found, and I'm a little curious as to
It's
how
Jim
it fits
Morrison.
in. Okay, and I get that he's dead, but was he Hispanic?
I was going to say, maybe he
Or
was.
Latino?
Maybe,
I don't
maybe
even
he was
know
from
what's
Mexico.
the proper terminology.
It's okay. As long as you're not being
Okay, because I don't want to be
degrading, it's
disrespectful
okay.
at all.
Yeah.
But I kind of want this because
It's Jim Morrison. No one likes the Doors.
What?
No one likes the Doors. Okay, I don't like the Doors.
Yeah, shut up. Just stop talking. Go away.
All right.
So this is actually a whole slew of the same family. So all the way back to, great grandma and grandpa, down to, mom and dad, down to, so it's an entire family that they have recognized and that they are inviting back from the Montez family. So I just, this whole thing is about tradition, and this whole thing is about, the beauty and remembering family. And I think this is really beautiful, being able to go back so far and making sure that everybody's included. So just wanted to make sure that you guys saw that. It's actually kind of emotional because you get to see so many of your loved ones and hope that they're going to be here with you.
You know what is so cool is they actually in the room over there. It's just honoring the dead. It's really incredible.
Well, the altar
celebration.
Yeah, that's. You know what? People watching this will get tired of hearing me say this, but it's not dark and scary like Halloween is.
No, not at all. The entire opposite. Yeah, it's the opposite.
Alrighty, guys. Well, even though you didn't want to talk to me, thanks. I appreciate it.
I mean, look at the before and the after. On there. I mean, look at that. See how beautiful they are?
They're nice, and they're real sugar. I honestly thought hers was made of styrofoam. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the frosting is toothpaste. We're not sure
The
about
frosting's toothpaste?
Well, I thought
Brush your teeth with it. See what it does.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, I hope you were like me and learned something.
For
Jen
sure.
probably didn't learn anything, but I did.
Yes, I did.
So,
well, he needs to learn a lot, though. So we'll chalk one up to him learning something
so
today.
thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.